All right, tonight at PNC Arena, we're going to talk about some of these things in just 2 seconds with Rod Brind'Amour. You asked me in the one-timers segment, like I saw the Hurricanes lineup yesterday, and I know how Rod Brind'Amour likes to do it, where he sends, on the road. It's not a bunch of guys who aren't going to make the roster because the Hurricanes sent veteran players on the road. The Eric Robinsons, the Tyson Jost, the Brendan Lemieux, the Jack Drurys of the world, Dmitry Orlov, although he didn't play on the road Saturday in Florida. Normally, you send a couple of guys like that because you have to. But so normally it's for, essentially your minor leaguers to go on the road and wear a loss to the home team. When I saw the Hurricanes lineup for today, I thought, are they at home or not? Because essentially it's the road group, the group that played their first game in Tampa, which they won 2-1. Jack Drury is their number one center. So it is that kind of a lineup. And then I saw Nashville's lineup, and they are bringing the noise. So now's as good a time as any. The head coach, Rod Brind'Amour. Who knew the Nashville Predators were going to treat this like Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals? We're getting almost their entire A-team, but in many ways, that's probably good. A great way to see how some of these young guys stack up against NHL competition. Yeah,
Definitely. I mean, that's, we're playing them for a reason and want to see, like you just said, who can handle it, I guess, is, good to make it blunt. And sort of what better way to get a test like that. So, it'll be a big challenge, but that's a great time of year for it.
So what have you seen from Jackson Blake through? He's only played 2 preseason games, but you've seen him in practices now for about 10 days. So what have you seen from that kid?
Well, everything positive. I mean, I've seen him for a lot longer now. He's been here all summer and training. Mm-hmm. There was probably 6 or 7 of these young guys that are basically the ones playing because they deserve it, because they came in shape. They're definitely doing what we asked them to do, and so we keep trying to find ways to get them out there. And but for him in particular, especially in the games, I thought he's really taken that next level, separation almost, if you will, from the group by just the way he's played, and hopefully that'll continue.
Does he have, where is he in terms of playing a 200-foot game? Because when a guy if a guy like Blake is going to be part of this mix, I'm not saying, next Friday night, but, in the next, say, 3 months or so, we know what his responsibilities have to be, has to handle. So where is he in terms of playing a 200-foot game?
Well, all the young guys are at a little bit different stages. Some guys at the staple of their game, and then others that they're very skilled players, and they're kind of learning it as they go here, and certainly at this level. So I think he's really come on. I'm looking at from the start to now, when I first saw him, even last year, to now. I think he's all of them really have done a really nice job.
Based on the lineup you've got him playing with Jack Drury and Eric Robinson. So to Jack's camp, what have you seen from Jack Drury? I mean, I've seen 2 games that Drury has played, and he has been arguably your best player.
Yeah, he's been solid. He's kind of done what he always does, and just plays the right way, and that's how you get noticed. And so, putting him out there again tonight with Robbie, that might be a line, those, pair for sure, maybe potentially coming in this season. So that's the reason there. And then, like I told you, the young guys, they kind of earned the game here. So we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting that you've got Jackson Blake playing with them. Sean Walker, brought in as a free agent. He's a good skater. You've gotten him some power play time. The game against, I guess it was Florida this past Friday night, he was impressive on the power play. Why do you think he's going to be, and maybe already has been, such a good fit?
Well, I mean, listen, we know we talked enough about the right, shot defenseman we lost, and we had to replace him, and I feel like between him and Chatty, there's a good chance there that we can, do a nice job on that in that front. And he just seems like out there in the free agent market anyway, a guy that certainly had the potential to be a great fit. And you never know, and we won't know really probably for a while, but all things that I've seen in the month that he's been here have been real positive. Skates really well, but has a real willingness to try to be like that replacement, and that to me is very, 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 very special because we're going to need him.
It took Dmitry Orlov a few months to get his feet wet, but does Sean play a way that you might think it'll be a quicker transition?
Well, I think there were other factors in that too, without getting into it. But I think I would assume it'll be a little quicker transition, hopefully. And he does move well, and I think in our system that helps. It helps in any system, but the way we want our D to, how much I guess we rely on them, if that's the way to put it, is they're so important to our overall game, and being able to move is critical.
Let me ask you about two other players who are going to be in the lineup, and then we'll let you go. Juha Jaska, I'm sure I've mispronounced his name, has been playing as a pro in Finland for about 8 years. He's 26 years old, but he looks like he has adjusted well to playing here. I don't know what the plans are for him, but I think has been a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah, he's played hard. I mean, he scored a nice goal the other night on a breakaway that he just kind of created, and I think that it's one of those guys. That's one of the reasons he's in there is because he is kind of intriguing, and we want to see if there's a little more there. Again, a new guy, so a little bit off on system work and things like that, but I think you're making a good read there. He's definitely a guy that we have our eye on.
All right, finally, and not to get into the emotions of coaching Skylar Brind'Amour, but at least in terms of the face-off circle, he has been impressive. I think he won like 2/3 of his face-offs in the game at Sunrise Saturday. Just your thoughts on what you have seen from that number 77.
Yeah, he's gotten better and better, which is good. I think he started out a little timid, if you will. I think he's, didn't want to ruffle too many feathers, but I think he's been taking a little more charge in the last few practices, and I thought the last game was solid. And he's the kind of player that you may not really notice, but like if you notice the little things, that's what he does. Can help kill penalties, win faceoffs. He can be net front on the power play because he can win a faceoff to start. Like there's all these little things. And then one of the things you mentioned earlier about knowing, like, you got to know how to play and be in the right places. That's generally what he does really well too. So he's earned the game too, and that's why he's in the lineup.
Yeah, and he's also trying to prove his worth to the organization. I know he has proved his worth to the head coach as a human being. I thank you very much for your time. Good luck against Nashville, and we'll see you later.
All right, buddy. Thank you.